Hello there everyone, this is Brother Birch. In this video, I will be teaching you how to debug your Node applications. Okay, so in Visual Studio Code, you have this debug option here on the side, and you can see that I have a couple of different settings set up for different things that I want to debug. If you hit settings, it'll open up your launch.json file, and you can see I have a configuration for launching my Birch 341 project, for launching this 341 faculty project, and for just debugging a Python file that I currently have opened. These curly braces denote a currently open file or file path, and we'll look into that a little bit here in a sec. You can hit this Add Configuration button and kind of scroll through here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I Googled, a second ago, I Googled VS Code node debug current file, and this article came up. Okay, and it says here that you can hit Control Space to open up this little dialog. If I hit Control Space, I have that assigned to a different key binding. So I assigned a different key binding, but it'll do the exact same thing as this Add Configuration button if you click on that. And you can go through here, and you can, depending on what extensions you have installed in your VS Code instance, it'll have a bunch of different options in here that you can use. I'm just going to say Launch Program. And right here, you can see I have these curly braces again, and it's saying, hey, whatever folder I'm in, it'll just launch this app.js folder. It'll find that. So let's head back over here. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call this launch node program. All right, and now you can see if I open this up, now I have this launch node program here, first on the list from my JSON file. Now I can come back over here, and here is my team, my week one team assignment. Okay, I have an app.js file, I have a routes.js file, so I should just be able to come over here and hit this, and it should find this app.js file. I'm gonna hit play, and it says program does not exist. Oh, that's a funky path. Okay, let's open that up. Let's try backslash. All right, now let's run it again. Oh, we don't want to run that. Try running this guy. Okay, no dice. So let's see here. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do our current file, kind of like I did with that Python one. So I'm just going to come over here and paste that. So it'll just say, hey, whatever file I have open, that's what I'm going to want to debug. All right. I'm going to come over here, run my app.js, and I save that. Come over here, hit debug, and see what it's doing. All right, I'm going to put a breakpoint right here. It looks like it attached. Yeah, listing on 3000. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, localhost 3000. That should just spin forever, because yes, it stopped my breakpoint. Okay, and now I can look in here. I can see what my rec object looks like. I can see what this URL is. If I wanted to put more breakpoints in here, I could. Let me put another one down here. I like to use the hotkeys, but F5 is to continue. That'll just go until it finishes or until it finds another breakpoint. And so it went. I'm pretty sure it's not stopped anymore. This page should have loaded. I wonder where it stopped at. Come back over here. App.js, so it's not there. Okay, there it is. All right, there we are. All right, now I have this activities URL with this breakpoint right here. If I click on activities list, yep, it stopped right there. So there's my URL. Well, let's look at our rec and our URL, which is /activities. So that's why we ended up in here. And let's see if we make it down to here. So I'm gonna hit F5 and it should go to my next breakpoint, my next breakpoint, and it did. Okay, I can see what activities are. I have all of my activities. All right, so this is a really powerful tool because obviously if I wanted to see what rec was or res was or see if something is actually getting to where I need it to go, I can use this to debug, and it's fantastic. Okay. You'll also notice that this is in my routes file. So when I started debugging, I was in this app.js file, but because it went over to my routes.js file and I had breakpoints in here, it worked as well, okay? In the future, when we have everything working from a single project, you can totally set up something like this. You know, each one of these, I have a server.js file in my Birch 341 project, and that's this guy right here, all right? And it doesn't look like much, all right? But I have enough in here to where I have a 404 set up, I'm listening on a port, and then, you know, I include a couple of routes and things like that. And this is all that's running that application, all right? And so anytime I want to debug this application, no matter what aspect of my project I'm in, I can just use this same debugger configuration for that. So hopefully that's helpful. There are other ways that you can debug as well. Let me stop this. If I go over to my terminal, let's see, this is in 341 course. Let me open up this Birch project here. I'll go into week 1 where we just were. I'm going to open this in the terminal. So if I wanted to debug this a different way, I could also say, you know, we can run this application by saying node app.js, and it'll run that application, okay? Well, if I wanted to debug this, I could say node inspect app.js, and it'll debug it, okay? If I hit that port, it would do the exact same thing, all right? This other option, it has a debug console, and it's actually, you can execute commands and evaluate expressions and things like that in this debug console, so it's a little bit nicer for that reason. But yeah, to get this to work, you do have to go into your settings, and you have to set this node debug. I think it's that one. Yeah, go ahead and just Google that. You do have to check a box in your settings. But like I said, this is a way that you can run this. But I would just say go into your launch.json and make something like this. And once you have it set up, then you can run it from any file that you want to, and it's really easy to do. So anyways, I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.